And I believe we are live. Live, son. We're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Ladies and
Do
gentlemen,
this.
in case you couldn't tell by him popping up on your screen just now, we have the one, the only, Craig Perota. Craig, how you doing, my friend?
Um, getting there. Getting there. Still sore, but getting there.
Coming down from that depression stage?
Nah, that's still gonna be there.
Fair enough. I mean, let's be real about it. I mean, you draw to a team like Crystal Palace, and you're gonna kind of have a bad taste in your mouth for a little while.
we
So
should we should be winning against teams like that.
yeah,
Like we should be turning teams over. You know,
yeah, yeah.
10 years ago, we put five past them, easy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I
now,
mean, in Sir Alex Ferguson days, you wouldn't even have a doubt that that was going to be the way it went.
and he would have done it from the first half, not 10 minutes in the last half.
Yeah,
He would have, from start to finish, he would have been attack, attack, attack.
yeah. So, anyways, guys, we have Craig here for a few reasons. One, he's an amazing guy, but two, I also wanted to make sure to get him on to talk about a couple different things. So, first off, Craig, you were at that Manchester Munich memorial thing that they did at Hotel Football.
Yeah.
Um, and it seemed like that was absolutely amazing from all the little like tidbits that I got from people that were there throughout the day.
Yeah.
I mean, Craig, tell me a little bit about what that was like and what you guys did there.
Um, what we did was really we just went because we got told by there's a guy on the doors where it was placed, Hotel Football. The guy on the door, he has a charity, and it's to do with Munich, and everyone who knows about Manchester United knows about Munich, and he's got a fundraiser, like charity, and everything that was sold and auctioned went to this charity, and there was some moving stories and um, everyone that was there. There was a couple of famous people there. There was a boxer there, ex-Manchester United player was there. We just went and enjoyed ourselves and represented United stand as well,
Yeah.
which was an honour because I didn't realise it was going to be such a big event, if I'm honest, and it was quite a big event. But so yeah, it was.
So I mean, like, were there people like talking about like what happened and like because I from the guy that talked about it on the United Stand, he
Yeah,
didn't really elaborate about what the event would be like. So,
yeah.
so like, were there people speaking about it? Like, I know when we
Um,
were talking offline, we are talking about the doctors and stuff. So
they had two doctors from Germany. One which was an oldish guy, and one was, I think, in his early 40s. They were just saying about how the hospital helped, um, and it was just nice because they knew Tony as well, and they spoke to Tony. They're quite close with Tony, the guy whose charity it is.
mm,
And some of the stories as well, they were quite moving.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, very, very moving, and stories that nobody else would know, like nobody else will ever know, you know. But we do now, and we met him at the end. Flex got to interview him, which was good. Um, yeah, it was an eye opener because you only know so much about the Munich air disaster, you know, but these bits were the kind of bits that nobody knew about, and these it was just nice, you know, and like true heroes as well, you
mm,
know, and obviously, you know, Munich is close to everyone's heart, being a Manchester United fan, and
yeah,
I know for certain for me now. Munich's a big part of, a big part of Manchester United, and to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I was there, when in Manchester, when I did that museum tour, part of the reason why, like, I knew that I needed to dedicate more time because I knew I needed to learn everything about the Manchester Munich disaster.
Yeah,
because it's such a crucial part of our history.
Yeah, it's a building block. It's our building block, because as much as it's such a horrible event that's happened and I know it's not as brutal, but we've had another one, haven't we, with Leicester City, and I believe that Leicester City will go on and do great things because of that, to do their manager, to do their owner proud. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think they've lost since that's happened. And
I know that they've drawn a couple of games and they've won one.
Yeah, they've drawn, haven't they? Yeah, I think they've drawn 3 and then won 1. I think but it's when we was there, like, we got a couple of stares and all that, but then everyone just kind of spoke to everyone because we were there for the same reason.
Yeah,
and it was brilliant. It was absolutely, it was lovely as well. Some of the stuff that got auctioned off as well, signed shirts, pictures of George Best, the ties that they wore, like in that crash, they had the ties, and they like replicas, some lovely stuff, photos, like proper glossy photos.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were going. It was just nice. There was a boxer there as well, Anthony Crolla. He's a Manchester United lad.
Okay.
Yeah. He was there. But yeah, it was not. I felt like I was out of my depth, if you know what I mean. Like, I was just like sitting there and well underdressed. But everyone was suited and booted.
Oh, dude, you guys were all looking good. I saw the pictures of all you guys. You guys all look good.
I tell you something. Me and another guy, we dashed over to Tesco's to buy a shirt. Luckily, we did. But I tell you what, I would like I said, I'll thank the United stand for letting me come and share that with them, because it was such an eye opener, and it just makes me feel a little bit more closer to the club that I love so much.
Yeah.
And anything else that comes like that, and whenever they do something in Germany again, I think I will take a trip over to Germany and see it.
I definitely want to do that sometime too. Like when they do the actual event, that would be amazing.
Yeah. Apparently, it is really moving, and I have no doubt about it being moving. But it's such a sad. Even something so long ago, it's still sad now. Do you know what I mean? And you talk about it now, and even though we're on a screen, there's that little bit of like sadness, and whenever you talk about it, it comes up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, real quick, I just wanted to say hi to everybody in the live comments. We've got 21 people watching live right now. So
21.
That's what I love to see. I mean, we've got a lot of regulars, but we've also got some new people. United Central, I noticed you're new. Good to see you in here. But we've got regulars like Ryan and Jay Hart, Mark Curtis, Mr. Exclusive, Matthew McFadden, Dan Jones, Maria Treadway, Tony Nova. Good to see you guys all in here. We got a lot of regulars, but a lot of newcomers too, guys. So I'm happy to see we got so many people in here. So real quick, I mean, we've already kind of had our review of Crystal Palace, but we might as well go to that real quick. I mean, you were there. Do you have anything to say about it?
Before the game, I spoke to Flex, and I was like, look, I don't rate Lindelof. And we had a bit of a heated discussion about it. But after watching that game, I'll tell you, I rate him now. After one game, I think the guy's phenomenal. Nobody else stood out for me on that game. De Gea obviously does what he does. Darmian played well when he was called upon. Ashley Young, we've already had this discussion what I think of him.
Yeah.
Right. Smalling.
Yeah.
I can't even get the words out about him. It was a poor performance, and if that's the way we're going to play, we deserve everything we get. And if we lose players because of that, what can we do, mate? There's talks of De Gea leaving PSG. We had this discussion as well, didn't we, before about De Gea leaving, and we said PSG, Juventus.
Yeah.
And I don't know of anyone else, but if he goes, it will be gut-wrenching. But if he does leave, we have ourselves to blame. That's the only person you can blame. Because they have, the contract, they've left it late. We got a shit manager that don't know what the hell he's doing. We are in tatters, my friend. In tatters.
It is sad, man. It's sad because I mean, Ash, once good to see you in here. I saw you kind of comment real quick, but yeah, I don't understand how our board doesn't have the balls to do what's needed. But then you hear rumors about us bringing in Antonio Conte, and I'm like, yeah, I'll stick with Mourinho, let him hang into the end of the year, and then figure out what we're gonna do. Because I can tell you this: if we're gonna bring in Conte, don't even bother. Don't even bother firing. It's gonna be the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I'd have. Who would you have? You've got a couple of candidates. I think ideally, you've got Pochettino, you've got Eddie Howe, and you've got Zidane. I think they're my three realistic candidates.
Yeah.
With Poch, if he had the money, would he be that fantastic? Would he be that fantastic manager that Manchester United need? Eddie Howe, if he had the money, would he be a good manager? Would he be a good successor? Would he be the one?
I prefer him to what we got.
Yeah, he's doing brilliant stuff with Bournemouth. Attacking football. The strikers know what they're doing.
Yeah.
He could bring in a couple of players from Bournemouth. There are players from Bournemouth that I'd have. Nathan Ake, Josh King. Who's Callum Chambers? Is it? No, who is it?
Callum.
Yeah, Callum Wilson, isn't it?
Callum Wilson, yeah.
Yeah, him. I'd have him.
You got former United products there, and there's a few different people. Yeah, and Ash said it because we were talking about the contracts of people expiring. He's contracts should have been given a long time ago, but
and now we've sat here and they're giving contracts to Chris Smalling, Jones, Valencia,
Young
and young, players that you want out, they're going to be staying. But the players that need to be concreted into the squad, De Gea, Mata, Martial, they're the players that we need to give them 5-year contracts. Give De Gea what he wants. Give Martial what he wants.
Yeah.
Get rid of Alexis Sanchez. That will free up 450 grand. I'd give 450 grand to Martial straight away. I'd give 450 grand to De Gea a week.
Easy.
Do you know what I mean? But if he turns that down, then what? You know, it's what we do in it. We just leave things at last minute.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, so I mean, like AFAF said, he thinks we need a director of football first, but I don't necessarily disagree, but I'm confused about who we'd even bring in.
Like, I don't even know what a director of football would do for the club.
I mean, it's so I think that taking it and making it so Ed Woodward has as little say as possible in what's going on in footballing decisions is for the. I think that here's the thing, and I give Ed Woodward a lot of credit in some respects because I think that he is a brilliant businessman.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant businessman. Knows how to get business deals done, and it's something that's needed for a club the size of Manchester United.
Yeah.
But we need somebody that is going to be making the decisions when it comes to football, that is going to know what Manchester United is and know who they are and making those decisions. Because a good director of football, I mean, so a good manager should not need a director of football. And Mark Curtis, I don't necessarily disagree with that.
I you know what? I agree with that. If you've got a good football managing head on you, you should know what you need, and you should get what you need. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Half of these players that were brought in, like look at them. They've all disappeared that were brought in since Jose's gone. Bailly's gone into his shell. He's not getting picked. Dalot ain't getting picked. Fred ain't getting picked. He's got that big lanky piece of shit in the middle, Matic, that he's getting worse. Lukaku, he's got sticky feet.
I don't even know what Lukaku has for feet. I think that he's basically got elephant hooves at this point because you saw it as well as I did in that game where he basically started an attack.
That pass back?
For Crystal Palace. Yeah,
it
was
wasn't it?
Absolutely crazy. Which, so I mean, Jamie Pearson has a good comment here. He said we need a man management coach to get in, and I completely agree. I mean, I think that's exactly what we need.
We need a manager that doesn't separate himself from the players like Jose does. Like Jose is that manager that probably goes out on the pitch, trains the lads, sits in his office. We need a manager. I would say like Howe and Pochettino, that these two lads, these two managers will call you in the office, talk to you, make you feel wanted, tell you your plans, put your arm around you. If you're not having a good day at training, put your arm around you, say, come on, mate, chin up, not shout at you, like Jose does, Everything Jose does is put on in my eyes as well.
I like this one from Mark Curtis. He says, I think Bailly must have shagged Jose's daughter or something. Yeah. I mean, for the way that he's been dropped from the squad inexplicably, I completely agree. And Dan Jones, I agree that he says Pochettino is a fantastic man manager. Yeah. I completely agree with that. Completely.
Yeah, he is. Look what he's getting off. Look what he done that weekend against Chelsea.
Yeah. Sorry ball that wasn't even existent in that game.
It was...
By the way, we've got talks in here of a diss track coming up between Lukaku and Memphis. After that Memphis video yesterday.
That was a good video, man. That was a good video. I'll give him that.
Ted Quinn says Jones and Rojo will play ahead of Bailly now that Lindelof is out. I mean, Matthew, that's actually what we're going to get into here next because let's be real, we don't want to continue talking about being depressed. Let's go ahead and get into something that could possibly be more positive. In the Young Boys game, I mean, we defeated Young Boys, and Young Boys was our biggest victory of the season so far at 3-0. And this is a game we should be winning. Without question, we should be winning.
Without a question of a doubt. we should go to they should come to us and we should turn them over. You know, we should turn them over. You know, 3-0 in half hour and just keep going. But that's what we want. It's not going to happen. We're just going to be stuck at a 2-1, 1-0, or even a draw. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we'll lose it. I can't see us losing it. I really can't. But all depending on the team. Will he just stick a team out that sits back? You know, because we beat Juve. You know, or will he stick an attacking team out? You know, will he give a couple of young guns a bit of action?
You know, based on what his comments were, because I watched his pre-match press conference, and he was talking about how they're going to be treating this game like it's like a final, like it's going to be there. They need to win this game in order to go on. They're going to be treating it like it's an elimination match. Like
what?
And don't like so that, but still, that makes you question.
Why don't he do that every week?
Yeah. Why are we not? Why are you not trying to think like that every week right now? Because apparently you were saying we were going to qualify for top 4 by December, and now there's not even a chance in hell that I think we're even going to qualify for top 4 by the end of the season. Let alone
we're going to finish mid-table. That's mid-table. That is what we're going to be finishing at. I'm sorry. And it's negativity, and I don't want it, but that's all I can see.
Well, positivity will come back, man. I mean, I had a little bit of like a clarifying moment in the stream the other day, and like I realized at the end of the day, we're Manchester United.
Yeah,
we've come through worse than this. We've been worse than this, and we will come back. We will become the club that represents what this means to be.
Yeah.
I know that. I know that because I know in my heart of hearts that Manchester United is bigger than what is going on right now. So we will come back. It's just a matter of time. I 100%.
It's when, isn't it? It's when, you know.
So, I mean, we got so Vandy Candy says, why would Poch leave an established squad and players he's worked without through the academy?
Because we're bigger than Tottenham.
And I mean, it's something that you could put on your resume. It's something that you know that Manchester United are going to pay you more money. You just know that for a fact.
I don't care what anyone says. Like that comment, why would he leave? Do you know who's knocking at your door, mate? Manchester United. You don't get that every day. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? If Manchester United come calling, don't fob them off. Take the job. And
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? Don't fob them off because you won't get another chance. They won't come calling again.
I mean, Ash, I hope you're wrong. Ash said unless Ed Woodward gets his hands off football decisions, that this will be our standard going forward. We ain't going anywhere. And, you know, honestly, I don't necessarily disagree with that comment. I do. Here's the thing. I think Ed Woodward has done good things. I do think he's done good things. But he also has done things to hurt the club as well. I realize that because at the end of the day, he's also being a part of something that we're paying more money for players than any other club really has to.
Yeah.
I mean, we're even talking about clubs like Real Madrid and Bayern Munich and Barcelona. I mean, they're playing. Like if we were to try and get listen, I know Liverpool would never sell us Felipe Coutinho, but I'm just saying if we had been if all things were even, we were trying to get him from Barcelona back when Barcelona bought him, and I think that we'd be paying almost $200 million to get somebody like Felipe.
As soon as Manchester United come calling, the price tag goes from 50 million to 150 million. It's always been that way, you know. It has always been that way, you know, for the last 10 years. You know, it's as soon as Man United come calling, it's like, oh. Let's put another zero on that.
Yeah, I mean, there was the rumor that when Manchester United came calling for Fred, that originally there was supposedly going to be the Shakhtar were looking for 40 million or something like that. Yeah. I think is what I saw. It's 40 million euro too. And then when Manchester United came calling, they were offering 70 million euro for him. And then they all apparently laughed because they thought that he wasn't worth 70 million, and they said, okay, well, why not just ask for another 8 million on top of that? And they apparently like added it on top of it or whatever. Like I was like, that can't be real. That cannot be real.
I think he went for 55, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think it was 55. But the players that they've brought, I think Sanchez anyway was a sign of desperation.
Yeah,
that was a sign of desperation. That was a sign of
it was don't let him go to Manchester City.
No, but even Pep Guardiola pulled out, didn't he?
Yeah,
he was like, "Nah, you're not for me." It
was all that move was. All getting Alexis Sanchez was don't let him go to Manchester City.
Yeah. And was it
truth?
Was it paid off? Has it paid off us getting him?
No. And people were talking about it earlier in the live comments that all Alexis Sanchez has done to the squad has made it more discontent because he's getting all this money to play for Manchester United when you've got people like De Gea that have saved this club time and again, making the wages that he's got.
Martial scored winners. Do you know what I mean? And Martial plays better football than Alexis Sanchez, and he ain't got the contract he wants. So, and then we got that idiot. This just sits on the bench, expects a standing ovation when he comes off, subbed,
Yeah, and then Vandy, you make a good point. He's like, and then City wound up getting Mahrez, who actually works brilliant for him because he's more of a squad player, not going to be demanding to start week in, week out.
Exactly.
So, but real quick,
take it.
I was going to say, let's go ahead and we'll get into this match. We're 26 minutes in, and we haven't even talked about the match.
Let's go then.
Real quick, let's. Is there anybody from Young Boys you see causing us any form of problems?
I don't even know anyone off Young Boys team.
So there's one person that comes to mind, and it's because I saw what he did against us in that last game. That he was bombing down the wing as a fullback, and that was Kevin Mbabu. I don't know if that's exactly how you say his name, but he was the kid with the dreads.
Do you know what I was just about to say? Well, did he have dreads?
Yeah, so kid with the dreads, he looked really good against us in that match. He's the one person I could see causing us some problems.
Yeah. Anyone can cause us problems.
At the moment, yeah, and especially if we've got, which we'll get into our predictions here in just a second, but especially if you've got the defense like I think we're both predicting that will be run out there, I 100% agree that I think that anybody can cause us problems.
Anyone.
So
any team.
I mean, Craig, let's go to you first. Yeah. What is your predicted Jose Mourinho lineup? Because we're going to do our Jose Mourinho lineup and then the lineup that we would run out for this game.
De Gea, Shaw, Smalling, Jones, and Valencia. The other way around, should I say. Then I'm going to go Fred, Pogba in the middle, Jesse Lings, Martial, Mata behind, just in front, and Lukaku.
Okay. I like that. So I'm not too far off of you. I do have a few different changes though. So I've got De Gea in goal. That's pretty much the only no-brainer. And I can see him going with a Lee Grant in a game like this if he'd said that we were going to be treating this like a final, basically.
Yeah.
So, but because of that, that's the reason why I'm going to go with that. That's funny for Mr. Exclusive. So he says Mourinho's going to go with Fellaini, and Fellaini. So I mean, that seems
on the bench.
Right. Yeah,
on the bench, probably Fellaini.
Yeah, just keep throwing the Fellaini's out. Just Fellaini, nonstop. So I've got De Gea in goal. I've got Delo on the right because I think that this is because he started in the game against Young Boys.
Yeah, he did. He ain't played since, has he?
He hasn't really, and he hasn't played since. I think he might have played one game besides that one. But I could see him starting in this game because it's a good game to get him back into the flow.
Yeah.
I'm going with Smalling and Jones as well because I believe that was something Mourinho will pick because Jones makes the bench, but Bailly does not. So simple as. I'm going to go with Shaw on the left because Shaw obviously didn't play midweek. And then
he's suspended, wasn't he?
Yes, he was suspended because of compilation yellow card.
Yeah, 5 yellow cards in it, and you get a ban.
Yep, and then if you can go up to 10 before the middle of the season, like you do get another match ban.
Yeah,
but I believe after midseason, everything resets, and you go back to like so if you wound up with like you had 9 going into like that midseason, then if you hit midseason, everything resets and you have to get another 5.
Yeah.
But then so I've got a midfield 3. I think he's going to start Fellaini in this game. I think he's going to start him as a CDM. And then it's going to be Fred and Pogba in the midfield. Because I feel like he will treat this game with high respect, but at the same time, I think that he's also going to try and utilize the squad a little bit more.
Yeah.
So,
I reckon Darmian could get another shout as well, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I could see it happening. I could.
Because he didn't have a bad game. He didn't have a bad game against Palace.
So here's the thing. He didn't do anything to hurt the team. He didn't do anything to help the team.
No, he just done what he had to do. Like he just had to do what he done. He's like I said to you before. He's not an attacking defender. You know, he's not like your Valencia who can run up and down the wing. He's not like Ashley Young. He's not like Dani Alves. He's not like Jordi Alba. He's that kind of he's that defender that just sits back, you know, and goes forward if necessary. He ain't got the legs for it, you know. And I reckon he could play tomorrow.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't have nothing against that.
Well, I mean, the only reason why I would is because I think that this is a game that would be perfect for Delo to get back into. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Then I've got our front 3 as Lingard on the right, Martial on the left, and Lukaku at top.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I do think that if Lukaku is not starting in this match, I think that it will be Alexis Sanchez that will be top for Mourinho, and Lukaku will be on the bench.
Yeah.
But
see,
I was going to say, I just think that because of his comments, I've just got this feeling he's going to go with the people that he's going to trust the most inside of attacking positions, and that's going to be Lukaku, even though I don't understand how at the moment you're going to trust him. I don't. So, I mean, but Craig, you were about to say something.
I've done, obviously, we've done our team sheets, and this on what Jose would say or pick. But me personally, I wouldn't even have Lukaku in that team.
No, I wouldn't.
Like, I believe there'd be more attacking and more penetration from the strikers if there was either Rashford or Sanchez up the top. You know, Lee Sanchez has got decent footwork. You know.
Yeah.
And he come on against Palace, and I thought he played all right. He just wanted to push forward. You know, so hopefully Jose sees all this.
Well, hopefully Jose sees what's coming up next, because Craig, I want to ask you, if you were in charge of Manchester United, what is the 11 you would be running out against a team like Young Boys?
Like Young Boys? Right, De Gea in goal. Obviously, Lindelof is injured. So I'd give Eric Bailly and Rojo a go with Dalot and Luke Shaw.
Apparently, Rojo is injured. That's the only reason why I didn't throw him in there.
All right, but it'd have to be Smalling and Rojo and Bailly. And then I would have Pogba play with Fred in the middle. Martial on one side, Rashford on the other, Lingard just behind Sanchez.
Okay, I like it. So, I mean, mine's not too far off from you. I mean, De Gea goal. De Gea's always going to be in goal.
Always. Until he leaves.
Until he leaves.
That's it.
Got better. Like, he's got to be in there. But, so.
And then we'll be picking Lee Grant.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, at least Lee Grant can stand on his head. I mean, Lee Grant is the legend, like Matthew McFadden knows. He is the legend of legends. So, I mean, so De Gea in goal, and then I would go with center back pairing of Bailly and Smalling because Rojo is available. Otherwise, I would throw Rojo out there.
Yeah.
But then left, I would go Shaw. Right, I would go Delo.
Yeah.
I would actually do a midfield three in a game like this of Fred playing the CDM, kind of playing N'Golo Kante and breaking up the play, getting the ball off. Then Pereira and Pogba playing in front of him and kind of dictating the pace.
That's a fast middle three.
Yeah.
They're fast.
And then I would play Rashford on the right, Martial on the left, and Sanchez up top.
Because Sanchez can do it.
I think Sanchez up top in a game like this where we need more speed. And Matthew said, "Someone say Lee Grant." His ears perked up. So, I mean, I think that with the speed that team could create, I mean, it's something that we've been missing at Manchester United. Something that, I mean, granted, as long as Mourinho's here, even if we did run out a lineup like that, we still wouldn't use the pace and the speed that team can create.
No,
but
because
I'll just go. I'm sorry, Craig. Go ahead.
No, you carry on, mate. You carry on.
Yeah. So I mean, I was gonna say, but I think that under a new manager with a team like that, just the pace and the tenacity that would bring, man, I think that team would overrun teams. Like, especially when Lindelof comes back, because like you said, Lindelof really impressed me in that Crystal Palace game, playing with an injury. And I blame Mourinho for him getting even further hurt because he knew that he got hurt on international duty. And yet he ran him out there knowing that he was hurt. You could have given him the day off and you could have let him come back against Young Boys, gotten a little bit more rested. But instead, you decided to be selfish and go with the team that you were going to trust and did that. And now he's hurt and he's out for at least a month. So, and we're not Pep Guardiola. Our players aren't going to come back in a week. So, I mean,
we're this is a real football team here, you know.
Yeah, exactly, right.
But yeah, there's so many options that you could go for, isn't there? And you know, even you could throw in your Chong, your Gomez in there for half a game. You know. I'd like to stick Chong in there. Give Chong 20 minutes, half hour.
Yeah. Oh, I would love that. And when he was in the bench for the Juventus game, I got excited because I was like, maybe he'll actually play him.
I thought he would have got at least 10 minutes. But
so we did get a few people that mentioned their lineup if they were in charge. So Dan Jones, he said he would go with De Gea, Delo, Bailly, Smalling, Shaw, Herrera, Fred, Pereira, and then Lingard, Alexis, and Martial. Which this wouldn't be a bad game to rest Paul Pogba.
Has everyone forgot about Herrera?
No, I'll never forget about Herrera. It's just in a game like this. And here's the thing: if we were gonna rest Paul Pogba, why not put Herrera as that CDM, and then have Fred and Pereira push forward? That's not a bad shout. I like that.
Yeah.
Then we've got Ash. He said De Gea, Delo, Bailly, Smalling, Shaw, Herrera, Fred, Pogba, Mata, Sanchez, Martial. Which I like that one too. You could almost run that as a diamond too.
It kind of sounds like we're all on the same level here. Do you know what I mean?
There's a couple other. So Doug, he said De Gea, Delo, Jones, Smalling. Jones, Bailly, Shaw. This is what he's saying that as Mourinho will do.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. But I think that the 4-4-2. Yeah, so and Ash did go with a 4-4-2 diamond.
We all know we've obviously done that, but we all know if we was in charge, Bailly would be in that squad.
And week in and week out.
Week in, week out. Someone said to me on Twitter, Bailly's probably one of the worst defenders.
Did you watch
Man United? I was like, are we really having this conversation, fella? Are we? I was like, did you not see the last season? That's
buying into propaganda. If you honestly believe that Bailly hasn't been a class defender at Manchester United,
I wanted to say, are you real? Are you really real, or are you just clowning me? Are you a troll?
So somebody just said Pereira's going in January for 10 million. God, I hope not, Mark. I hope not.
If he goes for 10 million.
Talk about a waste at Manchester United, and I feel bad because he came back to Manchester United thinking that he was going to have a chance to play.
Yep.
And he should have asked to go back out on loan.
You brought two players in. Like, in my eyes, bringing Pereira back, it was like having a new signing.
Yeah.
You know? So you signed Fred and Pereira, and you don't even play them.
Yeah. We haven't played him for a full game since that game against what was that, Cardiff at the second game of the year?
Yeah.
Like, haven't played him at all. I just don't understand that.
He's got there's no ethic in what he does. Like, well, why lie and say that? You know, I feel sorry for Pereira because he is a wicked player. I saw him play a couple of times on TV for Valencia. He played wicked. Brilliant player. Why Jose don't see it, I do not know.
I don't know, man. Which, by the way, Mr. Exclusive threw out, who's one of my mods. By the way, Mr. Exclusive, love you, buddy. Thank you for everything you do. But he went with a very interesting lineup for this game. That if he was in charge, he went with De Gea, Dalot, Smalling, Bailly, Shaw, Pereira, Pogba, and Fred, and then Martial, Greenwood, and Chong.
Youth,
yeah,
good.
Youth in a game like that.
Young boy, it's a good opportunity for him. Greenwood smashing him in. He smashed him in every under 20, under 20s, under 18s. You know, he can do it, I reckon. He's a big guy as well for his age.
Yeah. And so, I mean, Matthew McFadden said he's like, ironically, Pereira has been like a new signing for us. 2 games and benched forevermore. Yeah, I mean, and then Dan Jones said best player in the preseason by a mile. Yeah.
Yeah, he scored. Did he score a free kick, didn't he? He scored a free kick, didn't he? Yeah.
A brilliant free kick, too. I mean, put it just in.
It was perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it was perfect. Like, it was like...
And then Mark Curtis, who was the one talking about Pereira going for 10 million, he said Arsenal won him. And he's
I heard that.
Brilliant in a team like that.
Yeah. Like, look at what they're doing. They brought in that Gondouzi, didn't they? Gondouzi from PSG.
The kid with like the curly hair.
Yeah. And he's a wicked player.
Yeah. Like, he looks quick, fast, knows how to play a ball.
And he scored. And he scores.
Hi, Bubs. Come on. He got up. He wanted to say hi. He wanted to say hi to his fans. You guys got your Arthur signing. He's wearing his Champions League sweater, too. Check it out. Got the blue going. We're matching right now. We're matching. So, honestly, Craig, we're kind of reaching the point where we're 42 minutes in. We could kind of start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
But, so you got any final thoughts on the match, about how it's going to go out, and then what's your predicted score?
I'll just say 2-1, and it's going to be another grueling, boring game. You know, unfortunately I can't go to it tomorrow, but I've got ticket for it, but I just can't go for work commitments. But I reckon it's going to, whoever's going, brace yourselves. Don't get too upset. But I think we can win. I think we can win 2-1, 1-0. Yeah.
Thank you, dude. Thank you. He wants all the love, guys.
He loves his pa.
So what's actually something I wanted to talk about real quick before I go on to my prediction. So I got an update from ESPN that Manchester United are struggling to sell tickets for this match.
Yeah.
That doesn't even surprise me. That's the sad part, because I've reached a point with Manchester United where, and it's probably where a lot of fans are, that we've reached a point where we don't know what to expect from the team.
Someone put a tweet up saying, I have 20 tickets. 20 tickets available. Like, and obviously I would have gone tomorrow, but I can't. So you know. But mate, I know other people that have got 4 or 5 tickets and still can't give them away. Give them away.
And the sad part is, man, is that this is Champions League football. Manchester United playing Champions League football at home. This should be a no-brainer sellout.
Nah.
And yet, because of the lack of optimism, which even the most ardent of Jose supporters cannot deny, there is a lack of optimism right now at Manchester United.
All I expect tomorrow is a lot of empty seats.
Yeah, and that's sad. That is absolutely sad that I'm expecting to watch the game tomorrow, and then now Manchester City fans are going to banter us about empty seats.
Banter FC, mate, tomorrow. You watch Wednesday morning.
I mean, I hope that I've seen a few different predictions, and I'll read off some people's predictions here. So we've got Dan Jones. He went with 4-0. Doug, he's also a Liverpool fan, but he's a very reasonable Liverpool fan. In fairness,
hi Doug.
1-1 draw.
I'll give you that.
Vandy Candy said 1-0 would be a perfect Jose score, so I could see it happening too. Yeah,
just run it out and sit back and park the bus.
Yeah. Maria, she said 2-0. Ash says we're going to win 4-0 if Pogba plays, and 1-0 if or otherwise 1-0 if Fellaini will score. Could see that happening too. If anybody else has a score prediction, be sure to get it in now while I'm about to finish up here. Yeah, but there was a few people that said huge lack of optimism right now.
Like as you can tell, like talking about Man United is painful at the minute.
Yeah, it is. It is painful because it's a club. It's something that it's almost like a cousin or something or a family member that got sick.
Yeah,
and they're fighting right now to stay alive.
Yeah, it's like from last year. I was buzzing every game, but now I just there's not even words to describe how, me personally, how I feel about the situation that about the situation that we're in, mate, because it's sad.
And I mean, Mr. Exclusive said he thinks that we're going to score loads of goals tomorrow because it'll cover Jose's back, and he'll once again have the people back in and it was something that people were talking about. Nah. The polls will go back up tomorrow. Jose in or Jose out, and the polls will go back up to Jose in.
The cracks are too big. You can't fill them cracks now. They're too big.
Yeah. I mean, so Vandy Candy said he already booked Manchester United and under 4.5 goals in the game. So, I mean, that's not a bad bet in all honesty. But so I personally, I think that it's going to probably be relatively similar to the game that we played against them earlier in the year. With the exception being, I think that at tops, we will beat them 2-0. Now, I personally am going to predict a 2-1 victory like you. Yeah. I think be a very much so boring game.
Yeah.
And I don't see how, right now with what's going on, and then somebody even brought up the fact that Martial, because of his performance, which wasn't even down to him, he might get dropped in this game. And God, I hope not, because he's realistically our only scoring threat.
This is Jose Mourinho. Anything could be possible tomorrow, and I reckon Martial could get dropped tomorrow because he didn't play that well. But then you can't just point your finger at him. No one played well.
Nobody played well in the game.
What? Why should Lukaku get a start and Martial not?
Yeah, yeah, completely agree, Craig. But guys, this was our preview for the game. I mean, like we said. This should be a walk in the park. It should be a walk in the park. But when you're seeing people saying 0-0 like AFAF and Mark Curtis, that tells you everything you need to know. I don't know, man. It tells you everything. There's zero optimism right now.
There's no optimism around the club. You walk around the stadium, it was barren.
It was. I heard it was dead quiet.
I tell you, I get my season ticket changed because I go to the Red Army section, like the singing section, and I think I heard him twice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
twice.
that's sad.
And
That's really sad, and it's where we're at the moment.
Even the away fans were like piping up when we were starting to sing. Like they were bantering us hard. They were like, "It's a library in here." You know, there's nothing.
Yeah, I completely agree, Craig and Ash. I mean, absolutely fantastic and spot on comment to end it. Woodward grow somebody put some soccer balls, but soccer balls, but balls, grow some balls, because I completely agree, man. Woodward, grow some balls, do the right thing, and get rid of this absolute dinosaur that is Jose Mourinho. Because until you do, we are going to be in a tough position going forward. There's going to be no optimism. There's going to be no excitement. There's going to be no nothing, because we all are going to be expecting, at best, a draw. And that is a sad point that we are at.
A draw, 1-0.
Yeah.
That's it.
But, guys, thank you so much for joining us. So Craig, anything you want to shout out real quick? I did put Craig's in the description below for his Twitter. Be sure to follow him. He's a good guy.
I hope you all enjoyed it. And I'll be back again. Thank you to yourself. And yeah, let's just keep plugging away at these games, mate. Week in, week out. Just take it on the chin. You know, let's be real about it. We're not going to go far, but let's just keep plugging away and supporting our team.
Yeah,
our team.
Yeah. But guys, just so you can hear it real quick, I've got a big announcement coming on our weekly Manchester United show on Wednesday. There's a few people that know exactly what I'm going to be announcing, but it's a huge announcement. And it's something that you guys are going to want to tune in on Wednesday for, because it's not only are we doing our Manchester United weekly show, but you're going to get a huge announcement from the big guy right here. So
big guy.
You guys are going to love it too. You guys are going to absolutely love it. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Just God bless you guys. Thank you for joining us. I mean, we've been live for almost an hour, and we've had at least 15 viewers almost the entire time. So I can't tell you how blessed I am to have you guys here. And just thank you so much for joining us. Like, Craig, thank you for joining me. Can't wait to get you back on.
No problem, mate.
Man, you know, as much as it might hurt to be a Manchester United fans right now, guys, just keep the faith. Know that Manchester United is going to be back. It's not going to be forever that this is going to go on. We've been through worse, and we're going to come through it, because we are Manchester United, and I know and I believe in Manchester United to do the right thing at the end of the day. So, guys, thank you so much for joining. God bless you guys. Have a good night, a good day, wherever you're at. Whatever you're doing, keep doing you, because you guys are awesome. Have a great night, guys.